The students, about ad hoc and sensor networking. Today we are going to discuss about the attack of prevention techniques. Attack of prevention techniques. Okay, so this attack of prevention techniques is explaining about the types of attacks and definitions of the denial of service and distributed denial of service attacks and costs of denial of service attacks for victim organizations, classification of DOS attacks and strategic firewall placement and default deny, detecting the distributed denial of service attacks by monitoring the source IP addresses and example conclusion. Okay, so this is about the types of attacks. Actually, what is the attack? Attack is nothing but that our system is going to disrupt with someone who will send the information to collapse our system. Is it not? So that what happens? Our system will not work and it will be disturbed. Okay, so the intruder will send the information to destroy our system. To destroy our system, they will send the viruses or something, and so that what happens? Our system will not work and system will interrupt. Will give the interruption. Here we can see the types of attacks are non-technical and technical. What is meant by non-technical and what is meant by technical attacks? See that technical and non-technical is about technical attacks are about denial of service or about the programs which are coming from outside. Okay, the programs which are coming from outside and it is destroying our system. Non-technical attacks are about, it is not about the programs, it is because of some issue of which unexpected issue, maybe networking issue or maybe the power issue or maybe the system may collapse or something happened to the system without the intruder will send the information to destroy our system. Okay, non-technical attack is about something which is suppose it's raining and it is all of a sudden some highlight, then what happens? System will collapse, system will close and will hurt system. Is it not? So like that, which is not coming according to the programs is about non-technical attacks. Technical attacks are about the intruder want to send the information to destroy our system. Okay, so in technical attacks we can see that DOS, that is denial of service attacks, and malicious code and spoofing and spoofing. Okay, so denial of service about it is about by sending the information our system is not going to work, that is denial of service. It is denying what our request is, so that that our system will not respond properly. Okay, is about denial of service. And malicious code, the intruder will send a code, malicious code, so that our system is not going to work. That is, malicious code is nothing but it may be virus, worm or Trojan horse. These are all the different viruses that an intruder want to send to our system through the networking, through the internet. So virus or worm or Trojan horse, because of that our system is not going to work and it will not respond to our request. Okay, spoofing is also one type of the virus that is coming to our system. It is the system may open, but it is not up to the mark. The system will work. That is spoofing. Spoofing is both are the same, that the systems will not respond according to our requirement. It will not respond to according to our requirement. That is, definitions of denial of service or distributed denial of service attacks. A denial of service, that is attack, aims at preventing for legitimate users authorized access to a system resource. The attacker uses specialized software to send a flood of data packets to the target computer with the aim of overloading its resources. So what happens by sending a program, a set of program to our system, our system will not able to use the resources. Okay, so what happened? It will be feel that it is overflooded. It will be overflowed. That is, the attacker uses specialized software to send a flood of data packets. That attacker will send the specialized virus information software to our system, and for what? For target computer, with the aim of overloading its resources. Okay, so that what happens, our system will be confused to how to respond to the our requirement, our request. Distributed denial of service, that is a denial of service attack in which the attacker gains legal administrative access to as many computers on the internet as possible and uses the multiple computers to send a flood of data packets to the target computer. In the same way, that is the denial of service, how it is going to attack a system, that is distributed denial of service is also access the many computers and the internet as possible and uses the multiple computers to send a flood of data packets to the targeted computer. Okay, see here the distributed denial of service, how it is going to attack our system. Hacker want to send the information from a third person from unknown area, that is, so it leads to the zombies. The zombies is called as the middleware. The zombies is called as a middleware. From there, that system is going to hit the computer, the system academic. It may be involved to the academic computer or academic system or home computer or any organizational computer or any government, any organizational computer or any private sector computer or a group of systems may affect because of the hacker is sending the virus. So here what happens, whatever the information is sharing through the distributed system, is it not? See, in an organization, the systems are communicating with the basic server, is it not? From the server, the remaining systems will communicate. So what happens, so this hacker is coming to that particular server, so that through that server, earlier the distributed systems is going on, so to all the systems it will be affected and it will target the system. Okay, distributed denial of service. So internet security, what is meant by internet security? That is Morris Worm of 1987. First of all, it hacked the and password sniffing attacks in 1994. They introduced in faced the problem of password sniffing, password attacking in 1994, and internet protocol, that is snooping attack in 1995. So which they faced the problem, and denial of service attacks in 1996, email borne viruses in 1999, and distributed denial of service attacks in 2000. Okay, distributed denial of service attacks are they face the problem with in 2000, and fast spreading worms and viruses they face the problem with 2003, and they face the problem with spam in 2004, and spam with no end in sight, that is in 2004, and they are facing the problems. This type of problems are internet insecurity grows at super internet speed, and security incidents are growing faster than the internet, which has roughly doubled every year since 1988. As the usage of the systems are going very fast, spreading over the world, so the security also is taking place in as a important role. So as on as the day by day the security is taking to our system, is also at the same time the intruders also is they are developing so fast that their hackers are developing, and it is giving the problems to those who are using the systems. Okay, the end user. So cost of denial of service attacks for victim organizations are as according to like this. See, sabotage is about $1,000. Okay, and system penetration is about $9,500. Okay, and the website defacement is about they are using the victims are of 9 lakhs 58,100 dollars they spent for that, and misuse of public publications is about 27 2 lakhs 74,000 2 crores 74 lakhs 7,000 dollars they spent on that. Like that, telecom have spent that so much amount, and unauthorized access is spending about 4 lakhs 27,000 or 8,000 to 4 crores 27 lakhs 8,205 dollars they spent like that. Okay, so that of appropriate information about these are the revenues they spent for the denial of service attacks in for the organization. Okay, so we consider altogether it is the total losses for 2004 is about, it is 141 crores with 49 lakhs 6,560 crores of dollars they lost in 2004. Okay, so here the classification of distributed of service attacks. Okay, so the bandwidth consumption is attacks will consume all available network bandwidth. Attacks will consume all available network bandwidth, and resource starvation is also attacks will consume system resources, mainly CPU, memory. See, mainly they are focusing about the CPU. Mainly they are focusing about the CPU, so that even the CPU is not responding, memory also will not respond. That is, so this is the resource starvation is going to happen. Okay, so the attacker want to attack the system through the CPU, and when the CPU is not working, memory and storage also is not going to work. That programming flaws. Programming flaws is about the failures of applications or that operating system components to handle exceptional conditions. So what happens when the intruder wants to send the virus to our system will not respond, and the operating system is also not respond according to the end user requirement or request. Is it not? The system will stable with not giving any output. Routing and DNS attacks. Routing and DNS attacks about manipulate routing tables, changing routing tables to route to attackers net or black hole, or attack to DNS servers, that is again route to attackers or black hole. What is a black hole? It is a confusion state where the system is about to sending and receiving the information from the source to destination. The black hole is where the place it is confuse the packets to what to do, how to do, and to where to which system that packets has to go, like that. Okay, so examples that we can know that it is snoof, that is attacker sends sustained ICMP availability of host, that is echo packets, that is when the system ping, it will send the information to a system and to broadcast addresses of the amplifying network with the source address is first. When the source address, that is the address IP information, so that our system IP address through the IP address, that snooping is able to attack to our system with it is like 102.13 dot and 4 digits. So based with the IP address, the snoopers may be attacked to our system. Since traffic was sent to broadcast address, all host in the amplifying LAN will answer to the victim's IP address. Through the victim's IP address, it will attack the system. Okay, ping of death. This is also known as the ping of death. So when through the IP address system is pinging, so it is leads to destroy our system. That is, it is going to death. Here it is the example of pinging. Okay, how the ping is with IP address 64.233.183.103, like this, how the system is going to receive the information as a packet, sending information as packet. It is bytes with 32 bits, time of 20 milliseconds, or like that. So when the information is coming and going, the system is going to shut down with the sniffs. Okay, with sniffs. Here system flooding. System flooding also just now we studied, that is with the TCP three-way handshake. The handshake also we studied that when the packets are sending from source to destination. Before that handshake happens. What is mean by handshake? The two systems are going to connect, that it is sending the sharing the information, that a request and a received response, they are able to get the information. Handshake is nothing but both the sender and receiver are recognized and they are able to send and receive the information. The both systems are recognized and they are able to understand it is they are from a particular system they are going to receive to particular system they are going to send that information. The client requests a connection by sending a system synchronized message to the server. The server acknowledges this request by sending system acknowledgement by back to the client, that is handshaking, and response with the acknowledgement, and the connection is established. How it works, that is, attacker sends a system packet to victim forging non-existent IP addresses. So victim replies with a system attack, but neither receives acknowledgement nor request set from non-existent IP addresses. So victim keeps potential connection. Here what happens, the unauthorized system is sending IP addresses to our system. So without knowing that our system is responding, so the system may be attacked with the snooper. Examples, we can say that the land, that is, the attack involves sending a spoofed TCP system packet connection initiated with the target source IP address as both source and destination. So it uses ports echo and charging ports, that is ports ports are IP ports that just now we have seen through that initiated, and the system want to know the system. Okay, and bottleneck. The bottleneck is also a type of the harm, that to shut down the company's connection, a hacker only has to overload this relatively slow part of the line. That what happens here, as it is bottleneck, it is when the system want to send a package to other system, the packets are not going to process. Okay, so the a system is attacked, that attacked system is not going to send the packets to the other world, that is one of the bottleneck. Okay, hacker only has to overload this relatively slow part of our line. To stop the distributed denial of service attacks, illegitimate traffic must never be allowed to reach the bottleneck. So it is illegitimate traffic must never be allowed to reach the bottleneck attacking. Okay, here this is the normal connection of the systems, that how the attacker is going to take the hack with the hacker. Okay, here we can see the hacker proxy attack computers to the targeted server. Okay, what is happening? The hacker wants to send the information through proxy attacks computers with the IP addresses. So it is going to through to the cable connection, that is bottleneck. Bottleneck is a small way which is traverse the packets. Okay, here if it is well established, the firewalls will be stop the intruders virus. Otherwise, it will be targeted the target system. It is targeted the targeted server. Okay. Strategic firewall placement. In the strategic firewall placement method, the company's firewall is placed on the ISP's premises. Okay, so this means that the line connecting the ISP router to the firewall is very short, and a much higher bandwidth line, that is Ethernet, can be used for this connection at very little extra cost. As we know, that is for home purpose or in a small LAN connection, that we will use the Ethernet. Through the Ethernet, the victim will be face the problems with the placed on the IP's addresses. Okay, this is the same way that how the bottleneck is going to take the place through the Ethernet. Okay, firewall bad traffic stopped here, and if it is not able to stop, then it will be targeted the targeted server. Okay, strategic firewall placement. Firewall remains under the control of the company. How long the firewalls are in terms of it is working condition, there is no chance of disturbing our system with any type of harms. Okay, now the company is able to control exactly which traffic is allowed into the bottleneck part of the connection. Okay, so additional requirements, that is moving the firewall is helpful, but to completely protect against distributed denial of service attacks, the company also has to change the way its firewall handles inbound connection request. So it is naturally happens what I see when it is a range of the intruders want to send the information, our firewalls are going to stop. If the range is going to more and more, the firewall standard also has to increase. It handles inbound connections that has to request. Okay. So default delay, that is again TCP three-way handshake is going to take place. That is default delay. What is happening here? Spoof TCP IP or system acknowledgement or blocked connection. He is about the firewall to the server. If every TCP system packet is allowed to reach the company server, hackers can flood the company server with these packets and overload the connection. So instead, the firewall sends back a system acknowledgement packet to the source IP to once the firewall sends out the system packet acknowledgement packet, it only allows a connection from the IP addresses that send the original TCP system packet. A hacker has to have control of that IP address to be able to connect the company to the company. Okay, this is what the default delay is going to take place. And default delay helps to prevent a technique known as spoofing IP addresses. Spoofing IP addresses. Okay, so simulation of strategic firewall placement. That is, here we can see that how the firewalls are going to stop the packets, harmful packets. Okay, so here we can see the DDoS attack and legitimate traffic and through the router. Okay, and it is converting as a wall. You can see here as a wall and build up of packets in queue on high speed link. Okay, so through this the firewall is going to stop that, and it is the ranges of the packets are transmitting is 1.5 Mbps. 1.5 Mbps it is transmitting through the target area to the target area. Okay, so simulation of strategic firewall placement is when the link leading up to the firewall is too slow, a DDoS attack basically shuts down the system. So it is taking the precautionary caution that when it is it's beyond limitations to control the system through the DDoS, so system is going to shut down itself, that by giving some hint. When the link leading up to the firewall is fast enough, the system continues running through a DDoS attack even after the attack is increased in intensity from 50 to 100 Mbps. Okay, if it is receiving from 50 to 100 Mbps, it is going to stop the shutdown, and it is giving with a hint. How to know if an attack is happening? It is very important how to know the attack is going to happen. Not all disruptions to service are the results of a DOS. There may be technical problems with a particular network. However, the following symptoms could indicate a DOS or DDoS attack, that is, unusually slow network performance, unavailability of a particular website, inavailability to access any website or any resources, dramatic increase in the amount of spam received in the account. These are all the 4 areas with our system that we can understand our system is going to attack with, because it is attacked already with small of intruders information. So our system is going to delay in any ways, or like here slow network performance or unavailability of a particular website. It may be give unavailability, inability to access any website or any resources, and dramatic increase in the amount of spam received. So our system will receive so many spam files when it is affected with that. This is about detecting distributed denial of service attacks by monitoring the source IP addresses. How you can see that how the system is attacked with. See here the system is attacked at the range of 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. is high range. Okay, so here IP addresses in DDoS attack traffic did not appear before ping at 2003. Here we can see that monitoring the traffic volume is likely to create high false positive. Okay, so monitoring the percentage of new IP addresses is very effective in detecting the attacks. How to avoid being part of the problem? How can we avoid the spam records? How to prevent our system? There are no effective ways to prevent being the victim of a DOS or DDoS attack, but these ways can help. What are the ways that we can come out of this environment is install antivirus software, install a firewall, applying email filters may help message unwanted traffic. As we know that antivirus we can install to our system, and we can install the firewalls to protect our system to stand behind to not enter to our system, and applying the email filters. What happens by applying the email filters? The email filter is maybe stop which is going to damage our system. Okay, unwanted traffic. Here the example that we can see, that spoofed denial of service attack, that is a spoofed denial of service attack is a process in which one host, usually a server or router, sends a flood of network traffic to another host through the host a source, that is through the IP address 192.168.some, for example 168.2.20 Windows 2000 server. A system is going to host B targeted with the system's IP address 192.168. Okay, and it is going to disturb the Windows XP Media Center edition. Okay, here you can see the AB2 targets. B is a target machine, that is Athlon 64 3400 plus with 1 GB of RAM system station, and A is the source machine, is a Pentium 3 with 700 with 512 MB of RAM. The two systems E and B. Okay, how the systems are going to disturb with say 100% or 1.09 GB. Okay, this is the one area of one image that we can see and understand how the systems are going to targeted. This is also one system is source machine health, that is just now we have seen A, and B, how the system is going to disturb with the files. Here this is the 51%, or that is 1,38,000 or 890. We studied about huge number of files will be transmitted and will be disturb the system. Okay, so this is what we discussed today, that denial of service is currently the most expensive computer crime for victim organizations, and strategic firewall placement allows companies to use the internet during a DDoS attack, and it allows them to continue receiving the packets they want. Distributed denial of service attacks could be detecting by monitoring the source IP address, and it is easy to generate a successful DDoS attack that bypasses these defenses. Okay, so this is what today we discussed about, and you go through this. If you want to know more about this, you can mail me so that we can discuss more about the topic. Thank you.